I honestly, taking pictures of people is like so scary. Like even that, like still, like I've been taking pictures for a while and I'm still scared to take pictures of people just because of the amount of, like, just like the amount of like trust that comes in on both sides to make like a good, or to create a negative. It's just, I don't know, it's crazy. You have to be very confident to take a picture of somebody, in my experience. I got into photography when I was about 17, and me and my friends were going on hikes. I grew up in East Tennessee, in rural East Tennessee, and we'd go on these hikes up in the mountains. And my friend Lachlan he was taking a photo class. So he started taking pictures, and he was like my best friend. So I was like, well, I guess I have to start taking pictures. And so we were just exploring like the mountains or the woods. Actually, that's all my like early photography is like almost all landscape. And so for a while, more recently, I was like burnt out on like landscape photos and having a really hard time with it. Yeah, and then over the course of, I don't know, when was I 17? 6 years ago? Over the course of like the next 6 years, I got sick of landscape photos, and then I had to take a break from taking pictures, and then I picked it up again, and eventually I found a film camera, and then and then I developed, or I sort of progressed through shooting film and got used to that, and that's really been like a solid point is shooting film over digital for me. I guess anybody who wants to be in here is gonna have to be in here and stay in here, sort of, because you can't really open the door.
Yeah.
So, whatever the best way. I mean, I think we could all fit if that's what.
Sure.
Yeah. I'll make a print of this picture of my friend Catherine. Yes. Step 1, select the print, complete. Alright. Now we put it back in the enlarger. And then I'm turning this light off. And we turn it on down here. Okay, so now that it's down here, I'm just gonna try and get it, in the middle of the light, so there's no like vignetting. Make sure it's straight. Awesome. So now it's about straight in the right spot. So now I gotta figure out how to put the paper on there. And I want to preface this by saying that this is not necessarily the best way to go about this. This is like a poor man's way of doing this, I guess. Basically, I have an 8x10 piece of paper, and I'm just gonna trace it, and then try and put the real piece back in that spot. Let's see here.
Do you say that you like enjoy the process of darkrooming all yourself?
I mean, yeah. It's basically like the only thing I've ever wanted. So it's basically just like the best thing to be. I mean, it's just super easy to just sit in here. At least for me, it's just to just sit in here and just print for hours and hours and hours. It's also, you kind of have to do it for hours at a time, or at least I think you do, because whenever you pour the chemicals into those trays over there, it'll only last so long before they go bad. So I'm always trying to, I think once I get going, I'm really trying to be as efficient as I can and make as many prints as I can with the chemicals that I got. Definitely, if in like a real darkroom, they'd have like a thing connected to the enlarger where you just like hold it down, you just like pull this piece of glass down and put the paper right in, but I don't have that luxury. So I have to do this. I'm gonna put this piece of glass over it to hold it in place. So, go. Well, some people say that photography is sort of like the ultimate way to encapsulate humankind, and they say that photography and humanity are sort of hand in hand, that they work together to show like the most fundamental ways of being a human, I guess. And so when you're taking a picture of somebody, you're sort of asking them to, without even saying anything sometimes, you're just, through trust and, you know, sometimes communication, you're sort of asking them to just be a human, and you just steal it, you capture it, or you take it, right?
How many cameras do you have?
Oh God, it's horrible. Like how many I have? Okay, I'm just gonna throw out some numbers. I probably have like 10 to 14 working cameras. I'm not counting because there's too many. And then including the broken cameras, it's like probably like 40 or something, or 30. I don't know. Like a ton. It's too many to give a more proper response to that. I mainly shoot with like 2 cameras. This being one of them. It's the Olympus XA2. It's really sick. Then I also, my other main 35 millimeters are my Minolta X700, and I've been using a Canon AE1 recently because my Minolta is kind of beat up. So like those are the trio right there of 35 millimeters, and then I have 2 medium formats that I regularly use: the Mamiya 645 and the Mamiya RB67. I also have a Mamiya C220, but I don't use that too often because it doesn't work that well. I chose these ones to display here because I feel like they're not really connected, but I feel like each photo kind of is strong enough to like tell its own story in a way. So they are displayed together. They're not necessarily connected to each other in any real way. Yeah, well, see, some people say that like that's what a photo should do, is tell a story. And I guess I've also just been thinking about these photos a lot since they're on the wall. I was like, well, shit, I gotta say something about it. But no, I mean, if you listen to like anybody talk about their photos, I feel like a lot of the time that's what it comes down to is, does the photo tell a story? And what is the story? Is it the story of the people in the photo, or is it the story of the person who took the photo, or is it some sort of abstract story? You know, like that, like the like you and the tree. You know, that looks really dark and dismal and gloomy, but it wasn't. You know, it was really nice. But just with the magic of film and photography, it's totally changed.